So you think that if a sheep's vagina was on the other end of its glory hole, I wouldn't be able to tell that
I
when
don't
I put
think
my
you'd
dick
be
through
able
the glory
to.
hole?
How would you be able to tell?
You don't think I could
If you
tell
heard bah, bah from the other end of it, you might be able to tell.
Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I'm Karen Lee Potter.
That's my mother.
And that's my son.
We chat about sex on a weekly basis and all the things you typically don't talk about with a parent.
We like to make the most uncomfortable conversations comfortable.
So strap in,
Strap on.
and enjoy the ride. Welcome to Sex Talk with My Mom. I'm Cam Potter.
And I am his adoring mother, Karen Lee Potter.
You were adored, mother.
I love being adored. It was Mother's Day weekend, my favorite holiday of the year.
You make it a weekend. It's usually Mother's Day.
No, it's a whole weekend. And as far
No.
as I'm concerned, as I get older, it should be on to an entire week.
We did have a fun time, and we're going to get into it a little later. To start the conversation, in honor of Mother's Day, I thought we'd introduce a new segment of the show.
What is that?
It's called AMA, Ask Mom Anything. You like
Anything.
that?
Yeah, I love it.
So this segment is sponsored by Like A Kitten. Thank you very much, Like A Kitten. You make these amazing sex boxes. We'll talk about you in a bit. But basically, we're going to start this little episode. We sent in text to all of our sneaky freaks.
Right. And if you guys want to join in our text chain, all you have to do is text us at
310-356.
3920.
That's right. We text you one question a week. It's a lovely dialogue that we have going on. I think this week we got the most responses we've ever gotten.
And
Okay.
why do you think that is?
Well, I said this is what I wrote to the sneaky freaks. Hope you had an awesome Mother's Day. To celebrate, we're doing an AMA, Ask Mom Anything segment this week. What is the one sneaky question you want to ask Karen Lee? If you want to ask her about her advice for you or your relationship, just a random question, etc., we'll do our best to answer it on the show.
And we got a lot of responses.
We got a lot of responses. You feel loved because of that?
And I feel loved. And I also would like our audience to know that I have not seen or heard these questions. So I'm going right off the cuff here.
Oh, boy. This is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting. So I take no responsibility for what I say.
I want to start off with just right off the bat with one from Tony, a true sneaky freak.
Oh, yeah. Tony has been one of those ones that just writes in very unusual comments.
That's right.
And questions.
Tony writes, Karen, what foods are safe to insert into a woman's vagina?
See, there you go, Tony.
Your sneaky freak, Tony.
Tony, it didn't disappoint. Tony, it didn't disappoint.
Mother, what foods are safe to insert into a woman's vagina?
Let me think about that. Well, safe in terms of not getting a bacterial infection, safe in terms of like not getting stuck in there.
That's right.
Like don't put a hamster in there.
Don't put a hamster. First of
that's a
all,
food.
it's not food. Second of all, no one was thinking of putting hamsters in there. What about a cucumber?
I thought about cucumber, and
Organic cucumber?
I actually heard of a stag party where a girl inserted a cucumber into her vagina.
A stag party?
You know, a bachelor party.
A bachelor party?
It used to be called stag party in my day.
Okay.
You never heard that?
It reminds me of like the Old
Stag
West or
and
something like that.
stagette parties.
Stagette?
There was a
never heard
stagette
of,
party,
I've
yes.
literally never heard it in my life.
Well,
Stagette.
get with the program, Cam.
All right.
That's what it was called in my day. But anyway, back to the cucumber.
Yes.
I would say that's yes, it's safe to insert.
Really?
Yeah, as long as it's not. Yeah, it actually would probably be good for your vagina. You know, people put little cucumber slices on their eyes when they're at a spa, so I think it'll be good.
I just want to tell all of our listeners, if you're just tuning in,
no responsibility, by the way.
We are not sex experts. Most of the shit we say on the show is completely unfounded.
And this is including this segment.
That is correct.
So yeah, I would say, Tony, go for a good, solid, not too ripe cucumber, because if it gets mushy, it's not going to be good either. It's got to be a good, freshly picked cucumber.
All right. Thank you. Adrian says, my question is, if you can tell your 40-year-old self something, what would it be?
That was like a year ago.
Yeah, right. Of course.
40. What would it be? Probably the same that I would tell my everyday self. Stop worrying so much about your weight.
Really?
Yeah. Don't worry about
your weight. At 40,
your weight.
you were worried about your weight?
I've been worried about my weight since I was 16.
Really?
Yeah. When Twiggy was in style, I was worried about my weight.
I didn't really know this.
Always. My grandmother would say, did you lose any weight?
Are you worried about your weight now?
No. That's why I say I wish I had known when I was in my 40s not to worry about my weight. Actually, I went through a period where, like, after your dad passed away, I lost 20 pounds. and I needed to gain some weight.
Oh, interesting.
I looked at my pictures and I'm like, I look like someone going to concentration camps.
But you're not. You don't. When I talk with you, you're never mentioning your weight to me.
I'm not worried about my weight anymore. That's why you said when you were in your 40s.
So when you were in your 40s, I was 13. I don't remember you talking about.
I was always concerned. It's always in my mind. Now, be careful, you're going to gain weight. And that came from my parents and our grandparents. There's a whole generation of Weight Watchers.
I kind of started thinking of that this week for me a little bit.
What? This week you decided to worry about your weight?
Well, I stopped working out for a week, and I started looking. I was like, oh, I'm gaining a little poundage over here.
No, the reason you stopped working out is because you thought you had a hernia.
Right.
And so
and then I started eating a lot of cookies.
Oh.
It was a cookie week.
You're still skinny as a real. I wouldn't worry about it.
Eleanor asks, is it superficial to want sex a lot during a relationship?
Superficial?
Some of my past partners made me feel like I was overdoing it or too much. I totally and always respected their wishes, but it feels like women aren't allowed to be constantly horny like men are.
Eleanor, that's a phenomenal question. A very underrated question.
Yeah. So what is your thoughts on it? Is it superficial to want to sex a lot
Superficial to
during
me
a
is not the word I would use at all, because superficial means like
shallow.
Shallow. And you're not being shallow because you want to have a good orgasm.
Yeah, it could be a deep connection that you want to fuck with.
Notice I went to orgasm. You went to deep connection.
That's right.
No, I think that you are completely normal. And unfortunately, that's another thing I would have told my 40-year-old self, except I actually could have told my 20-year-old self, and she would have said, you're absolutely right. Women are just as horny as men. At certain times in their life, they're more hornier than others. But I just remember I was very horny when I was a teenage 20-year-old girl.
You know, I have to say, as I get older, a lot of my friends, my guy friends who are in relationships come to me and they say, you know, our libidos have changed. I don't want sex as much as my partner does. It's very interesting.
Wait, why are they coming to you with this?
I don't know why they come to me. I'm like a fucking rabid dog over here. Any person willing to have sex with me, I'm fucking down. But granted, I'm not in a multi-year relationship.
Right.
You know?
So, yeah, I think that it's not superficial at all. And I think that there are going to be times in your life where you're going to want it more than them and vice versa. But just be you and find partners that are going to be good for you. And if one person wants sex more than the other, there's always a good old vibrator.
Boom.
Boom.
Brian wants to know, what's the worst pickup attempt you have experienced?
Oh, when the guy literally told me that his wife had died, and it turned out she was alive and kicking.
He was going for the sympathy card while lying at the same
cheating, lying, and had the same name as your father.
That is not good.
Yeah.
Bad all around.
Oh, believe me, he had a little word from me.
He had a word from you?
He got a word from me.
Oh boy. Sage says, okay, Karen, have you ever dated anyone you worked with? It's my number one rule not to date anyone I work with. Somehow I met someone and things escalated. I'm starting to care very much for him, but he's my superior. Eye roll. I do not want anyone thinking I get special treatment any more than they already do. Let me know if you have any suggestions.
Well, first of all, Sage, that would be a negative because last person I've been working with has been my son. So there's nothing going on there.
We got some videographers over here.
Oh, the videographers. And nothing's happened yet. Just still trying to figure out which twin is which.
All right.
Anyway, okay. So the question being, should you do this? Always.
No.
What?
So yeah, I guess the original question is, have you ever dated anyone you've worked with?
Actually, no, I have not. Definitely no.
You think it's a bad idea?
No, for me, I'm thinking about the people I worked with. That was no.
Okay, but would it be a bad idea, say, if you were attracted to your boss or something?
I think then, especially if there's a power issue, you're getting into the murky waters of the Me Too shit, Mm-hmm. On the other hand, sometimes you really are your true self when you're at work. You're not trying to flirt. You're not trying to, you get to really know the person when you work with them. So
it's a place to meet someone.
So I would say, look at the consequences to your actions.
That's right.
And make sure going into it that you can possibly lose your job or make your partner lose his job or vice versa.
So it shouldn't just be a horn fest.
I think you should think about it.
To this relationship.
Yeah, but I think it's better than being with a married person.
We had this conversation on the podcast before, and I think we have a secret freak, Lisa, who actually ended up marrying her boss.
I know of people that have married their superiors or vice versa.
Yep. How about this one? You're going to love this question from Cassie. Hey, Mom, do you ever not feel confident? How do you keep up your confidence when life gets difficult?
Cassie, I love Cassie, and I love this question. Confidence really is not something. It's almost like a muscle. It's almost like something that physical.
Really?
Yeah, you got to keep working at it and keep building on it and keep appreciating the positives of being confident.
I kind of think it's more like arousal. Some people will bring it out of you if you're in the right state of mind, and other people, other times
No.
it's closed. The door is closed.
No.
Well, that's my
You can
take
think
on
that
it.
way, but for me, confidence is not dependent on someone else.
Interesting.
No, it's all from within. And I always said I was lucky because since I was with your father, since I was very, very young, like 21, he's always made me feel adored. And that translated to myself feeling adored. And therefore, the confidence came from that. So it did start out there.
I would like to say, I'd like to redact what I said.
You're redacting?
Yeah, because...
Why are you redacting?
Because I think it's the expression, like self-expression becomes easier when someone is... That's more like arousal, like when you're expressing yourself, because you can feel confident in your own little world, quiet to yourself,
Yeah.
And so it is not so dependent on other people.
Yeah.
Making you feel comfortable.
Well, even what I said, it kind of is saying what you said, because your father made me feel adored, and that made me feel confident. But I also just felt like I went through a phase of non-confidence in the end of high school, and when I went to college, I
really?
became very confident.
I had the opposite experience.
What?
Very confident end of high school, no confidence beginning of high school or beginning of college.
Yeah, I think I'm confusing confidence maybe with wildness.
Oh.
Anyway, Cassie, great question. And
do you ever?
I still contend that it is a muscle that you got to keep reinforcing.
The question is, do you ever not feel confident?
Sure. There's a few times that I've not felt confident.
And then what do you do to keep up that confidence?
I bitch to you or your siblings and say, or my boyfriend, and say, what the fuck? How did that person make me feel like that? But the truth of the matter is that you have to really just delve into why did the other person say something that made you feel bad about yourself? If you feel good about yourself, no matter what the other people, even the people like on TikTok that always give me these fucking bullshit age-related comments, I have to laugh that shit off.
Okay.
You know why? Because of the 4 agreements.
Don't take anything personally.
That's right.
Leah says, how do you maintain a healthy sexual relationship with your partner when you have infants, toddlers, young children in the home?
Ugh. I remember those days.
Yeah. Me.
You were probably not the least of the problems. Yeah, you were, actually. You were a cock blocker. You were. You literally were so, sometimes you'd have nightmares and you want to sleep in our bed. And
I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so fucking sorry.
So we decided not to reinforce you sleeping in the bed. So we made you sleep on the floor with a blanket.
Okay. I still fucking slept on that floor.
But who is this that just asked this question?
Leah. How do you maintain a healthy sexual relationship with your partner when you have infants, toddlers, young children in the home?
I always think it's good to have one date night. So find some neighborhood friends and say, if you take care of my kid one night so I can fuck, then I'll take care of your kid one night and so you can fuck.
That's very nice.
It's like a date night.
I like that.
And also know that time goes by fast, and then before you know it, you're wishing your kids would come and cock block you.
Oh.
And yeah.
You wish I cock block you these days?
No, not really. But I'm saying, there was a time that I had just your brother in the house, and I had to bribe him with sushi just to spend 45 minutes with me. I'd have to spend a lot of money on sushi for him.
Okay, here was my question for the AMA, actually.
Oh,
yeah. I saw on Mother's Day, someone I follow on Instagram was posting stories about, I sent you this story. It was about her reflecting on her year of being a mother. She's a new mother. And she was saying, I expected when I popped the baby out, I was going to just fall instantly in love with this thing. And she was like, that was not the case at all. It took a full year before she actually really felt true love for the baby, because the baby was constantly needing her and grabbing and all this shit. And she's like, this is not coming naturally. She started feeling guilty. I think she was experiencing postpartum depression.
Yeah.
Did you experience any of this shit?
I definitely, the first week after your brother was born, I remember walking to a restaurant and burst into tears, just like hysterically burst into tears.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was hysterical for no reason because the hormones are like flipping all over the place.
Okay, but did you have trouble loving
No,
guy?
You in particular?
Me?
What about your sister? She came first.
Yeah, did you have trouble loving her immediately or no?
She was sleeping a lot, which helped.
She kind of, this woman said, what really helped is when the baby grew up enough that there was a little distance between us,
right?
And I could start seeing them as a human.
It can be very irritating when you have someone who just cries every single day between the hours of 5 and 7 when you're eating dinner.
It's like a puppy.
But you were, of course. I took you to the Bulls game when you were an infant, and you just would sleep right through you slept everywhere. Everywhere I put you down, you slept.
I would love to be
in the car
able
sleeping
to sleep everywhere.
Yeah, and what happened to you being able to sleep?
You keep me up.
What?
Yeah, I feel like I constantly have to stay awake with you.
What are you talking about?
I try to nap in your apartment. Next thing you know, Kim, you got this. Kim,
you're
can you help me
always
with
tired.
this? Kim?
You're always tired.
I just need a break.
No, you just work too hard.
All right. So,
but anyway,
so you
I want
loved
this
us
person.
or what?
I want this person to know that
I'm the one that asked this fucking question.
Oh, I thought it had to do with this person that wrote this whole thing. I
No,
didn't really experience that, but I know that is definitely a condition that you need to get help for because that's a very serious problem if you start having really serious postpartum depression. Well, but as far as like the average person, I mean, having babies brings out so much excitement in you, and it's such a miracle that each person's going to react differently, and to each kid you're going to react differently, and depending on how many other kids you have, like by the time the third one is like, I'm just leaving him with the babysitter, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I was so happy to go to the dentist one time when your sister was born. I'm sitting in the dentist chair and I'm like, why am I so happy right now? Oh, because I'm not having someone constantly sucking on my breast.
We got a question here from Megan.
Yes, Megan.
She says, Dear Karen Lee, out of your 3 children, 1, who do you think is the most wild sexually? And 2,
oh my God.
2, who do you think is the most likely to get an STD?
Oh my God. What a question, Megan. This is hilarious. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin to answer.
Most wild sexually.
I mean, this is an unfair question because I know that both your brother and sister are both in relationships and you're not.
It doesn't matter.
I'm going to go with you.
Most wild sexually?
Yes.
100%.
Because the other 2 are kind of, they don't
Stiffs?
No, I didn't say they're, oh my God, Cam. Why are you calling your brother and sister stiffs?
Vanilla?
No, they're not vanilla. No, they're just like, they're in relationships, so they don't tell me as much of what's going on. They could be going completely wild.
No. This is, no. Backing out of this one. It's, who do you think is the most wild sexually?
In general.
Yeah.
I think because I've heard your stories, that it'd be hard to top some of those crazy ass stories of you breaking your testes or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm kind of with strangers a lot.
Yeah, when you're with strangers,
you end up doing weird shit.
Kinkier, crazier.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going to lead.
Yeah, and also you do a podcast about it, so you're much more comfortable talking about it and thinking about it.
Who do you think is the most likely to get an STD?
Well, again, considering the both of them are in relationships, it's probably going to be you, and you're probably going to have a fucking heart attack.
I contest this.
What?
I'm so regimented with this shit with the safety.
How would they get it if they're monogamous?
My brother's probably shitting and touching his dick to all sorts of things.
What? Your brother's shitting and touching his dick to all sorts of things?
He's going out in public. He goes to bars all the time. He's rubbing his dick on something.
Where is he rubbing his dick?
I can see him rub. I can see him
getting. What is wrong with you? He's not rubbing his dick out. What, he's whipping his dick out and rubbing it in a bar?
Yeah, you use a fucking dirty ass toilet seat or something like that.
Oh my God.
I'm just kidding.
I
don't want to spread misinformation and say that you can
like
get STDs from toilet seats. I don't think you can.
Well, then why would you say that about your brother?
Yeah, he's a little dirtier than me. Just kidding. I'm kidding, Gerald. I'm kidding. Relax. Oh, here's a good one for you, mother. Question to Karen Lee from Tom, the elder statesman.
Tom, the elder statesman who runs in the jungle naked.
Do you really like anal? Do I
really like anal? He acted like we had this discussion.
He goes, do you get a big O from it?
A big O from anal?
Yeah.
Is it current or have I or would I want to?
Do you really like anal?
Let's start with break that down right there.
Do you really?
Do I really like it? As of now, I'm going with negative.
Okay, and do you get a big O from it?
I have in my past gotten a big O from it.
Oh, wow.
But not because it's anal, but because obviously there was a lot of other kinky crap going on.
All right.
No pun intended.
He goes on to say, this is Tom, 71 next month.
Happy birthday, Tom. Finally, I got to the actual birthday.
You were always saying he's 72 or 73 for some reason. And then he says, not Tarzan in Speedo, more like in jeans or cargo shorts, but still horny after all these years. Yes, my brain is still about 39.
Still horny after all these years. Oh, how adorable is it that he is still horny after all these years? 71 years old. And
you think it's adorable?
It's adorable. What's he's in blue jeans and what was the other?
Cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts. Going,
yeah, because you called him Tarzan in a Speedo.
I know.
So
you should try it, Tom. Try the Speedo.
All right. How old? He says his brain is about 39 years old. How old do you think your brain is?
Oh, well, I would go younger than 39. My brain?
Yeah.
I'm always like the elder statesman, too, whenever I go to any of these concerts.
No, your brain.
My brain. I'm going with 39 as well. I think that's probably, yeah.
Same age.
Yeah, Tom and I are the same age.
Okay, that's right. What do you think? We should wrap up this AMA and save the remaining questions for another time?
Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Thank you guys so much. You're such wonderful sneaky freaks.
And I really thought those were very thought-provoking questions.
Great questions. Love the answers. Thank you for being in the hot seat, Moot.
Next time we're going to have a little participation from your part.
Yeah, Cam's Corner.
Not Cam's. Oh, Cam's Corner. You already thought of the name.
I just came up with it.
Cornering Cam.
I don't like. It's just so loaded.
We're going to corner you in the corner. You're in the hot seat.
What are you going to put in the corner?
You're putting you in the corner.
Put Cam in the corner.
No, we're never going to put Cam in the corner.
All right. Anyway, thank you for the sneaky freaks for doing that.
Participating.
That was a happy Mother's Day bonanza for you.
Yeah, and I'm glad we have a new segment because of it. And if you guys want to join in on the next Sneaky Freak text chat, I'm going to give you the number again.
310-356-3920.
Cam, you're not going to believe what I found the other day.
What?
Buddy, the Maltipoo, had my flogger in his mouth.
The dog cannot be playing with your flogger.
Do you know where I got this flogger from?
Like a Kitten?
You got to believe that.
Like a Kitten makes these boxes full of all of your sexy essentials.
Like a Kitten offers subscription gift boxes, so each season you'll receive a new shipment right to your door with all the ingredients to spice up your sex life, which was what I was trying to do until Buddy got a hold of the goddamn flogger.
You know, it could be hard to get in the mood for yourself or your partner after a long day's work. Like a Kitten has got you covered. They include things in this box that will heighten your senses to make things very sensual for you. What are some things that this box has, Mom?
Well, they're expert curators, and they select beautiful pleasure products, such as in spring, you'll get a pink glass dildo, flowered glass Kegel balls. Those Kegel muscles have to be exercised. And even a mini flower pot with seeds for daisies, sunflowers, and roses. Very romantic.
They got cheeky apple lube and melting rose petals for the bath. You can just enjoy and luxuriate with yourself.
You know the best part about this box?
What?
It's priced at $79, and it's a great deal since the products in this box retail for well over $150.
They're perfect gifts for bachelorette parties, birthday parties. We highly recommend them, and a portion of all sales goes to charities to empower women. How do you like that? To celebrate spring, Like a Kitten is offering our listeners 15% off and free shipping when you go to likeakitten.com/mom or enter code MOM at checkout. That's likeakitten.com/mom or use code MOM to get 15% off these incredible boxes. Likeakitten.com/mom. That link is in the episode's description.
Cam, when it comes to sleeping, I'm a very big perfectionist.
Yes?
And I don't like a mattress that is one size fits all.
No, you can't just go to Amazon and expect that you're going to get a mattress that's going to work for your back.
So what do? You
go to helixsleep.com/sextalk. We sleep on these Helix Sleep mattresses, and they're phenomenal.
They're customized to you. You take a quiz. It takes about 2 minutes to complete and matches your body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you.
I took the Helix quiz, and they asked me questions like, how tall are you? How heavy I was.
I can imagine you going into great detail.
Well, they started asking me about my partners, if I sleep with anyone.
Did you say
no? But if anyone
stuffed animal?
I don't sleep with anyone, but if anyone at Helix would like to go on a date, please let me know.
How did this turn into you somehow getting a match
they sent me a Helix Dawn Luxe mattress.
Any ladies out there, if you're interested in a good night's sleep with Cam on a Helix Dawn Luxe mattress, I suggest you contact us.
I mean, how important is a good mattress to sex? I mean, it makes sense. If you're prioritizing your sex, you got to prioritize that mattress. Listen, if you don't like this, they got a 10-year warranty, and you can try it out for 100 nights risk-free.
I mean, Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick in 2021 by not only GQ, but Wired magazine.
That's right. Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows.
That's a great deal.
2 free pillows.
Yeah.
You got the whole kit and caboodle right there. For our listeners, at helixsleep.com/sextalk. That's helixsleep.com/sextalk. Take their 2-minute sleep quiz. They'll match you with a customized mattress that will give you the best sleep of your life. So, Moot, let's start off with your life. What's been going on?
We've talked enough about me. I want to talk about you.
Oh, wow. All right. You're going to flip the script. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about was our wonderful experience going to Malibu Wines, a winery for Mother's Day.
If you want to see any of those clips, they're on Instagram, I believe, or somewhere.
You documented the fucking thing?
I put one on my own Karen Lee Potter Instagram.
Okay, here was the highlight of the whole experience. You know where I'm going with this?
Well, they usually have a band there, but they didn't have a band this time.
But you were freaking out about this, thinking that there wasn't going to be good music.
No, I wasn't freaking out about
ahead
it.
of time, many months in advance, you were talking about how they're not going to have music
I
there.
just found out literally under 48 hours.
Okay, so you were freaking out.
But it turned out for the better because then your brother could DJ.
We brought our own music to this
Right.
fucking place and started blasting a speaker.
We started blasting the speaker, and there are a lot of
started
fuddy-duddy
getting-
women out there that were not going to get up off of their chairs.
No one was wanting to dance with you until you literally started getting people like an MC at a bar mitzvah.
That's right.
You're getting everyone off. You're literally turning to the crowd that's sitting there enjoying this, a lovely Sunday drinking wine, and you go, "Get up off your feet!
Get out! What the hell are they sitting on their asses for when they could be dancing?"
You're getting all these people dancing with you."
Yeah, I got a whole table next to us saying that there was a highlight of their day, by the way.
Group of young girls you're dancing
Shout
with.
out to, let's see, Aaron, Jackie.
Oh my God, I can't believe you remember their names.
Well, Aaron rhymes with Karen. Jackie reminds me of Friday night dinners when hello Jackie, and the other one is a little longer name, so I forgot.
Okay, well,
but they were fun girls.
So you did a big dance party with them. And
to
then,
Rubber Band Man, Rubber Bands, the Spinners. I was once at a Spinners concert in college. The Spinners were a group that came out in fluorescent lime green jumpsuits, and they would sing the best songs. And literally we jumped on the stage with them, me and my friends, and we started dancing with them to Rubber Band Man.
And you were dancing with
like
had
a rubber
very
band.
specific hand
It's a
gesture.
stretching like a rubber band.
Stretching that you were doing with these strangers.
Yes.
You were teaching them a whole dance.
Exactly.
And after this, what felt like an 8-minute dance, it's a very long song.
It seemed like I think it went on a couple times in a row. That's what happened.
We turned to the rest of the people there. There must have been, how many people? 100 people there?
Yeah.
It's all different tables. And so we go, give it up for this mother, Karen Lee. And the whole place erupts in applause for you.
You wonder why it's my favorite day of the year?
You make it a fucking spectacle.
I made a spectacle. It was
Hilarious.
a fun spectacle.
It was a very funny thing. I mean, I was grateful to be there with you. You clearly were the most fun mother there.
Aww.
Everyone's celebrating Mother's Day. They don't got a mother like you.
Thank you, son.
It was very fun.
I think all the rest of the fam had fun too.
We had a blast.
So yes, it was a great Mother's Day had by all. I highly recommend if there's no music where you're at and the next Mother's Day you're together with your family, bring your own boombox, play Rubber Band Man by the Spinners.
I also wanted to talk about, you took an Everlywell test recently.
Oh.
You took an Everlywell test.
Yes.
I helped you prick your finger to take the test. By the way, they're one of our favorite sponsors that we got. I think you get a discount if you use code MOM at checkout at everlywell.com.
But why don't you tell them what Everlywell is?
They give you these at-home test kits.
It's the fucking highlight of your life because you can take STI tests and every other anxiety. I wonder if they have one that tells you if you have a hernia because that's what you think you have.
They do have a stress management one, which would tell you about that type.
Did you take
talk
that?
about
I suggest
your
you take
anxiety
that
and shit like that.
Yeah, you should take that.
Well, and I took the Men's Health one, which tells you about testosterone, which surprisingly, I came in at below average.
Now, why do you say surprisingly?
I mean, come on. I mean, are you surprised that I have low testosterone? I mean, here's why, honestly.
Why do you have low testosterone? Why?
First of all, I can tell because my full head of hair still exists.
Oh, so you're telling me if you had normal to high
If you
testosterone,
have
you lose
high
your hair?
testosterone, you're more likely to go bald. FYI.
So these kids that I see that are bald, they're high testosterone.
Some
kids.
of, you could tell when someone, maybe, this might be bullshit, but in my mind, you can kind of tell when someone's got a high testosterone.
They could be doing steroids.
They could be doing, right, it's that vibe. I feel that way after Muay Thai.
I was going to say, why don't you just go back to Muay Thai with Slavi, and you guys will do some boxing,
Get the
kickboxing, whatever you're
testosterone. But
doing.
I didn't need to hear about your fucking results.
Mine came back all normal except for one. High in testosterone.
You're high in testosterone. Somehow
Yeah.
you're stealing my testosterone.
Somehow I get blamed for this again.
I don't understand. We spend a lot of time together. And next thing you know, I'm full of estrogen, no testosterone.
full
You're
of
fucking
estrogen.
full of
What?
testosterone. Don't even have ovaries anymore.
I take supplements.
Do you have ovaries?
No, I don't have ovaries.
It's all been removed.
Everything's out.
I probably have more estrogen than you do.
What are you talking about? Where are you coming up with this estrogen shit?
I eat a lot of soy.
Oh my God.
Men naturally have estrogen, don't they?
I don't know.
I have no
care.
fucking clue. Once again, we're not doctors. We got no clue what the hell is going
We
on in
don't
our
know
bodies.
shit about medicine, even though I did grow up in a doctor's home.
Do you think you have more testosterone than me? Despite, I mean,
If I wasn't taking supplements, probably not.
no. We weren't on the same scales necessarily. I have below average for men, but you have above average for women.
That seems like it would make sense.
I still might have more testosterone than you. I think, given
Why
that
are
I'm
we in
producing,
competition about who has more testosterone?
I'm
This is the most-
producing semen.
You are producing semen. I'm glad to hear that.
That suggests that I've got a little more testosterone than you. All right?
I am so glad that you're producing semen.
Did you have something that you wanted to share about semen? I thought I saw something here about that.
About semen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yes.
This has to do with the whole Roe v. Wade thing.
Oh, is this mom's news?
No,
I see it under fucking mom's news.
well, I made a mistake there.
Okay, what do you want to share?
I wanted to share that. It is kind of under mom's news. Yes,
All right. Do you want to cut to mom's news?
I'm going to cut to mom's news. Ready?
Mom's news. Mom's news is the segment of the show where my mother shares earth-shattering, groundbreaking, need-to-know info. What do we got this week, Mother?
I can't give you the source.
You don't even know the source.
I
This is
lost the source because I just took. I got it.
this is really
SOWETANLIVE.co.
sowetanlive.co.za.
Strange facts about sex.
Wait,
And
what is .za?
Yeah, I have.
South Africa.
Yeah, well,
This is a South African website. Okay.
nothing wrong with that. Anyway, I just decided because there's
What kind of reporting is this that you don't even know the sources sometimes?
I just found it.
Okay.
Anyway, I picked one particular statement because there were like 20, and I think I've cited this before, but I thought I'd bring out this one in lieu of the whole Roe v. Wade
Yes.
pro-choice anti-abortion movement.
Yes.
A single human male produces enough sperm in 2 weeks to impregnate every fertile woman on the planet.
Oh, wow.
What do you make of that?
I think that's very impressive. That's a lot of
In
sperm.
2 weeks, every fertile woman could be impregnated. And then if they were put to the test, that would be a lot of babies being born.
A lot of babies being born from one sack of testes.
It's mind-boggling.
I like to think about that and that I could do that.
Wait, you're the one? You are the one.
Excuse me. You don't think I can impregnate it? You give me all
Every
the fertile
woman on the earth, you're going to impregnate them.
in 2 weeks?
Can you imagine how neurotic these unborn, unsuspecting fetuses are going to end up being?
We need abortion, folks.
We do need a pro-choice government here because we cannot have a bunch of very, very fertile women on the planet dealing with Cam's offspring. This would be frightening.
That's nice. That's great. Thank you for that, Mom's News.
Mom's News.
There was nothing else from that article you wanted to share?
I'm going to save it for later. I just thought this was very timely.
We're not coming back. You
never
get
know.
You get two Mom's News today?
No, I'm saying later in general. I save certain articles.
You do?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was this strategy with regard to Mom's
Well, I
News.
kind of lied about all the strategy.
Okay.
But this was enough to warrant its own little segment.
I think so. Did you have anything else you wanted to share about your life or anything that's coming up for you?
Well, I did have, I enjoy my Pilates with my friend Monique Marvez, who
Yes.
has been on our show, who's a hilariously funny comedian. She and I came up with this idea of what to do
Yeah.
about the Roe v. Wade issue.
Yeah, I think you shared this already.
No, I did not.
Okay.
Our idea was closing the vag until the Roe is back.
You 100% shared this.
No, I
but
said I was going to share it. Now I shared it.
close the vag.
Close the vag.
So your idea to prevent this whole movement of anti-abortion activists is to just close the vag and boycott.
Especially the Mitch McConnells of the world that are just
They don't get
70-year-old.
laid.
They're not going to get laid.
Yeah, they're not getting laid until.
Let me ask you something. Do you
Huh?
think Trump has ever impregnated a girl who he's made sure to facilitate an abortion?
100%.
So
100.
there you go.
I don't think he even gave a shit about the abortion.
You don't think
He
so?
probably was like, "You do whatever the fuck you need to do." Or I can't imagine he gave that much thought to it.
Well, he wouldn't have a choice these days, would he?
No, he wouldn't.
Anyway, that's about all I got going on in my life. Cam, I think we're entering a new era where one size does not fit all anymore.
That's right. Why not get the perfect hair care for you?
Of course, you can't just take something off the shelf. It's got to be custom. And Prose makes custom hair care.
They make everything you need for your hair. They got shampoo, conditioner, they got hair masks, and now they got supplements that are designed perfectly for you and me to prevent shedding and thinning.
And they spark fuller, thicker hair growth with just 2 capsules a day.
That's right. If you're like me and you're raging with testosterone,
Oh, yeah.
you're losing your hair, they address all the factors that could be triggering your hair issues like age, hormonal changes, stress levels, diet, and more, because they give you this quiz ahead of time that you take. I took the quiz. I told them about my thin, oily ass hair.
Imagine what your
Look how
quiz
beautiful my hair is right now.
I can just imagine what you said to them. Well, they really work. Multiple studies show that over 90% of women taking Prose hair supplements saw less shedding, more growth, and improved overall appearance in just 90 days.
And they use natural, clean, safe ingredients. They're not using drugs,
Chemicals.
no hormone disruptors, nothing that's going to make you feel like you're floating on acid or something like that. All formulas are toxicologist approved, gluten-free, and vegan.
And how do they get them?
You can try your own custom hair supplements and you'll get 15% off.
Wow.
Get yours at prose.com/sneaky. That's Prose, PROSE.com/sneaky.
Sneaky is spelled SNEAKY.
For your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off custom hair supplements. That link is in the episode description.
Self-care, baby. Treat yourself. Did you have anything else that you would like to talk about?
I've noticed a couple things with regard to my dating.
Oh, here it comes.
All right, number one, if I am delayed at all in responding to someone through text or one of these apps, I'm immediately treated with that same delay in return. What the fuck is that? What is
That's
that
why
bullshit?
people should read my book, Fuck Games, Date Cougars, because cougars, older women, don't have time for that game playing.
I was busy with work. I didn't respond to this girl for 3 days. I finally respond. She takes 3 days to fucking get back to me.
Okay.
Well, it's clear that she's just doing. I know she's. It just.
That is a bunch of malarkey.
It's malarkey, is what that fucking shit is.
It's game playing, something that you don't have time for, something that you don't want to be involved with. So it's good that she
It's
put those,
fine. I don't.
She laid the
I'm
cards
going
out
to continue
early
to
on.
respond because. What do you mean that's something I don't want to be
So
involved
let's fuck with her.
What?
This time take 5 days.
Now I'm going to take about 5 seconds and see if she responds.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Well,
this
it's
time
already been more than 5 seconds.
You already tried this?
No, she's already messaged. I haven't. Whatever.
All right.
Okay, here's another thing that I'm learning.
What?
I'm starting to think that sexuality is all about just expressing desire and feeling desired. I think that's it.
What?
Yeah, what?
What are you talking about?
I think that sexuality is primarily just expressing desire for someone and feeling desired by someone. That's pretty much it.
What? That's it?
It's a fucking
mindset.
brain blast that I just had.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really brilliant.
Here's why
What
I
did
think
you
this.
used to think?
There are a couple things that led me to think this. Number one, I think I shared this about on the show as well. I don't know if I need to go into the details about what was going down, but let's just say I was hooking up with someone and I was getting, the pleasure was focused on me. Now, I couldn't tell so much that she was getting into it. Okay? So it was just a physical sensation of someone else doing this for me. Kind of like a massage almost.
Okay.
And only when I started reciprocating and it was happening at the same time and it was mutual and I saw arousal and desire on her end, did it then trigger me into a state of heightened arousal and desire. You see what's going on here?
Because before you were just in your head.
I'm not fucking in my head. I could be very in my body. It's just, I could do that to myself.
There's 2 parts to that one. 1, 2, 3 parts. The first part.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. The first part is she's going down and you're giving you pleasure and you're in your head thinking, I wonder if she's enjoying this. That kind of thing.
No.
Okay. The second part. The second part is that you did like something together and you got very aroused.
Yes.
Third part, I don't remember. What was it?
So 1, 2.
1, 2.
1 was
2
wrong.
parts.
2 was right. Okay.
There's no right and wrong.
Okay, but
I think it's like the sex script, Cam. It's just, it depends on one time you might be going down on her for a while and you might not be getting aroused, but you're just going down on her just to please her.
I'm just saying, at least for me, a lot of the arousal comes from seeing the other person in pleasure and feeling desired and desiring the other person. You know, it's like a cycle. You know.
Yeah.
So the other thing that I realized with regard to like porn or webcam or like audio erotica, any of this shit, if you can tell that the performer is actually getting turned on by this, it's way more interesting and exciting.
Do you really think that they're not acting?
No, because sometimes on webcam or something like that, they're not. It's not like a performance, or even in audio erotica or something like that. You can tell if the person is actually getting into it.
Or, like I saw on TikTok, this actor was telling the difference between Amber Heard's comments and Johnny Depp's, and how he can tell that someone was acting who's not even a very good actor.
Why?
He knew the body language. Because he knew about acting. So even if they're doing a good job, even if they're getting semi-aroused, I mean, and some people do, like I've interviewed porn stars that do have orgasms during porn sets. I think the majority of the time they're acting.
I completely agree with that. I'm not saying I get completely aroused,
but it helps
all
you
the time. But when I can tell that it is authentic, bingo.
I always tell you I like authentic porn.
No, that's some dirty shit that you're into. The fucking cougar couch. What is that?
Casting couch. Is that cougar couch? Although if it was a casting cougar couch, it would be better than a regular casting couch.
Christ. Oh, my God.
Anyway, that's why I like it, because it seems more real. That's why I like the glory holes.
Oh, we did have a question from someone
about
going back
holes?
to the AMA. I forgot who said this. It was a perfect question from Dane. What is your honest opinion on glory holes?
Dane, I've never even been near one.
You've never been near a glory hole?
Not unless you call the hole that's in my glass bathroom door
a glory hole.
It's a glory hole. But no, I mean, I know about glory holes from watching porn. And I think it's kind of exciting. It's probably the opposite of what you would find exciting.
Why?
Because you like to have that eye-to-eye contact. And if there's a glory hole situation, you don't even know who you're fucking. You could be fucking a donkey. You don't know what you could be a Mr. Bean sheep back there.
You don't think that... Are you thinking the donkey's dick is going through the glory hole?
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Either way.
You put your dick in and there's a donkey ass or something in there.
I'm revising. I'm thinking it's a sheep.
A sheep,
that's most
a sheep's
closely
vagina.
To
so you think that if a sheep's vagina was in the other end of its glory hole, I wouldn't be able to tell? That
I
when
don't
I put
think
my
you'd
dick
be
through
able
the glory hole?
How would you be able to tell?
You don't think I could tell?
If you heard bah from the other end of it, you might be able to tell.
But otherwise, you don't think outside of the sounds, I would be able to tell the difference between a sheep's vagina and a human's vagina?
I dare you to try it.
Okay, Mr. Bean, we're going to need you to line up a sheep.
Set it up in Maine.
We're going to do a taste test over here.
A taste test? No one said you're going to go
blind
down.
Study.
You're going to go down on a sheep as well?
Well, I'm going to do the whole thing. All right.
What are your opinions on the glory hole?
Yeah, you're right. I think I would not be into it whatsoever. Not at all.
Well, you really emphasize that. At all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You want to stick your dick in a hole?
I don't even like, my friend recently told me about this story that he heard about Leonardo DiCaprio.
What about him?
About how he's got a whole crew that kind of like goes out and like finds these beautiful women and invite them. And they say, hey, do you want to go to visit, Leo in fucking at Cannes and go on his yacht? And then they get there and then they're like, hey.
It sounds like a Jeffrey Epstein kind of thing. What the hell's going on with that?
And then they do a whole screening. Would you fuck Leo if he wants to have sex? And
oh my
yes
God.
No. I mean, this is all hearsay. Who fucking
I think this
knows?
is very erotic, but go on.
So you think it's erotic?
Of course I do.
You would say, yes, get me on the yacht. And
Get
then
me on the yacht
you're
with
there
Leonardo DiCaprio.
with
Yeah.
100 other cougars, or he's probably not. I've also heard he's not into anyone over the age of 25 or something like that.
Oh, well,
so
I guess
you're
I'm
there
out.
with a bunch of young
out.
girls and Leo.
And me.
Would you want this scenario?
No, I don't want to be a bunch of young idiots.
No, okay, just imagine if you were also would you want to be one of these young women?
It sounds very prostitutional, but do you get paid?
You get the free trip to Italy and a yacht ride and maybe to fuck Leo. You down?
I could be down.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm just kidding.
This sounds horrible.
No, that's like I said. It sounds almost like a slave.
Even as Leonardo DiCaprio, I wouldn't want that experience.
Well, I know you wouldn't because you're a quality individual.
Would you want that experience as Leo?
No, it sounds very Jeffrey Epstein-like. I don't like it.
I know. I would lose all arousal. I had some friends that
You
were
think
like,
you would be able to?
they were imagining it. They were like, I could imagine why this would be arousing. And I was like, this sounds horrible.
It's like these. I think I read about this in like Indonesia or something like that. That these princes like bring in all these women from the States.
Yeah, I don't enjoy anyone getting shepherded women to. First of all, it takes out all the magic and the romance of it.
Well, I know it's supposed to be. I let me tell you something. This would be a fantasy, not a reality for me.
Right,
but
it would be a fantasy. That's what my friends were saying. It's kind of like a fantasy. Obviously, they wouldn't do it, but they were like, this.
Let's ask the sneaky freaks if they like that.
Would this be a fantasy? For me, not a fantasy. Boner killer. Walking into a space where like
it's in your mind, Kim.
What?
This whole thing is going to be in your mind. It's not in reality.
In my mind, it's not a fucking fantasy. It's a nightmare.
Oh.
It's not a good situation.
To be the guy or the girl.
Neither.
Would you fuck Leonardo DiCaprio?
No, I would not.
What if he didn't have any other competition? Just you and him.
No, I would not.
Okay.
Anyway, interesting
discussion.
To hear what the sneaky freaks have to say about that one.
Yeah, sneaky freaks, text us again at
310-356-3920.
And you know what time it is?
Hit on or shit on. Hit on or shit on. That's where we get to take your comments and determine if they're a hit on or a shit on. What do you got for us today, Mother?
I got a lot that are debatable here.
Okay.
In regards to purple mescaline on TikTok.
Yeah.
User 185 blah, 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 blah said, in college in 1878.
What does that mean?
Well, at first I thought he was talking about me.
He's saying, thinking you graduated college in 1878?
Because I said I did it in college, and he said, yeah, in 1878.
Oh, what a fucker. But you
Maybe
don't think that?
Maybe he was saying that he did it in 1878.
No, I don't think he was saying that, Mother.
So that was a fucking shit
That's
on.
a shit on. That's a shit on from user 1852068. What?
I asked him, I said, what?
You asked for clarification on the shit on?
No, I just kind of said, does it make you happy to be mean?
Oh.
I got him.
Did he respond?
No.
Do you think he read that?
Anybody that has user 18520683057392555. I mean, couldn't you come up with a better number than that?
Why do you get so wrapped up in that? Who cares about the numbers?
Tyler said, are you talking about this stuff with your mom is so weird.
Fuck off.
Tyler, that's why we do this. Regarding the BJ in porn, the masked Jeffro said they're probably making it for people who don't talk about porn with their mom.
Oh.
That's a shit on too, right?
I don't know.
You think it's a hit on?
Well, I mean, maybe it depends on how they look at the BJ in porn. If they're fans of it, then they're saying, well, you're too square to enjoy this or something like that. But if they're not fans of it, then they're saying, well, it's not for you.
I think it's the first one. It's a shit on.
It's a shit on. Okay. I have one for you.
What?
This is from Gino. Greetings, fun and entertaining podcasters. I'm a retired 56-year-old listener from NorCal. First off, I would like to say, Karen, you are a stunningly beautiful woman. And Cam, you are a good-looking dude yourself.
Oh, that's the one we want to hear, Gino.
I'll take that hit on any time, Gino. They go on to say, I love your podcast and listen to it every Monday morning as part of my domestic rituals of being a retired husband. Basically, I listen to you guys while I clean the bathrooms and scrub the tubs and toilets.
Oh, wow. That's lovely.
He goes on to say, I know that might sound like a shit on, but I rather would like to think of it more as a hit on since it makes cleaning the house something to look forward to. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Gino.
Gino,
It's a sweet comment.
I love to be thought of every time you clean out your toilet.
I want you, when you're face first in shit,
Think about
just
Cam.
hearing my sweet, sultry voice coming through. That's a hit on.
That's a definite hit on.
Thank you very much, Gino.
I would say this is not a hit on.
What do you got going on?
PYNGYP said, is that Lois Griffin? Is that the one from The Simpsons?
No, that's from Family Guy, I believe.
I mean, Family Guy. Okay. That's not.
Do you sound like Lois Griffin? I don't think so. Maybe.
I did get something that I think is a hit on, and I had to put it in here because it was really irritating me. Hello, I am just starting to support you from the discovery of your page on YouTube and think your outlook and energy is far beyond words' ability to explain in certain aspects. I would love to get to have direct conversation with a lady of your criteria and a dream come true.
Are you a lady of criteria?
I am.
Wow.
I don't know what the criteria is, but I'm a lady from it.
You're a lady from it, and are you going to start this direct conversation?
No, I will not.
Okay.
I can make a
This
blanket.
is a hit on, though.
I'm gonna say it's a hit on, but I'm gonna make a blanket statement out there. Don't use social media to hit on women.
You don't like that?
No,
You don't like the slide-ins?
I don't like the slide-ins.
Why not? I like the slide-ins.
I don't want to meet somebody that off of the internet.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't.
Well, you're in a committed relationship over here.
What if I wasn't? They would still give me the creeps.
You think maybe like a distant friend slides into your DMs and say, "Hey, you single these days?"
That's different. A friend, someone I know, but someone
A
random,
stranger.
strangers.
What about someone who you just maybe they're another podcaster? Like,
I'd be more open to that still,
but a complete stranger.
Complete
What about
stranger.
someone I admire your work? I think we'd really get along. You seem fun. You want to get a drink sometime.
no, I don't know who the hell they are.
So there's no way to meet someone on social media.
Do you think there is?
Like a complete stranger?
No. Although yesterday I was watching someone.
I think I think I would meet. I think I would. I'm a little hesitant. I'm a little hesitant.
And why are you hesitant?
If
Same.
someone tried to meet me from social media because they're like, "Oh, we listen to your podcast," and they're like, I don't know. I feel like a little so lopsided, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I would probably meet them if I found them very cute. I'd be like, "Oh, whatever." I need to bring you to the best segment of the show that you guys have all been waiting for.
Are you going to bring it?
I'm going to bring it.
Oh, no.
This is the segment of the show that all you mothers out there have been waiting for.
What about the fathers?
The time when the fathers get hard like rocks. They feel like they're 18 again with the testosterone coursing through their veins. It's Cam's Uppers.
Cam's
Uppers is the place to be.
Fun living is the life for me.
It's Cam's Uppers, the segment of the show where I get to share something near and dear to my heart, something that my mother typically finds
Snoozeworthy.
or
Boring. Sometimes fun.
sometimes fun. We'll go with it. It's Cam's Uppers. All right, Mother, this week I started thinking a lot. You know, there's a lot of expressions of love for mothers out there these days, you know. And I started thinking it's difficult for me to express love for you publicly.
Why?
Honestly. I think there's like a stigma associated with it. We heard this the other night at the comedy show. Did you catch this?
Yeah, I caught it.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I caught it.
She's this girl shitting on some guy because he's like, oh, he wants to fuck his mother or something like that. And so you don't never want to get trapped in that situation.
Right.
Where,
So you're always like paranoid about it.
you don't want to be like,
Oh, he's a mama's
weird,
boy or
it's a
something,
weird
yeah.
Oedipal complex type of thing. It's stupid because this stigma prevents someone
True
from expressing
expression.
love and gratitude for someone
I'm
else.
glad you brought this up.
Okay, so A, fuck that person.
Yeah, fuck that person.
B, this reminds me of a quote that I think I've shared on the show as well. To experience gratitude and not share it is like wrapping a gift and not giving it.
Oh.
Isn't that a phenomenal quote?
Can we end Cam's Uppers right now?
No, I'm not fucking in Cam's Uppers right now. So basically, I would like to take an opportunity to thank you for being a wonderful mother to me.
You're more than welcome.
There are two things I was thinking about.
And thank you for being a wonderful son.
Are you usurping my Cam's Uppers right
No,
now?
I just wanted to-
While I'm fucking saying why I love you?
Okay, go ahead.
Two reasons why I love you. One, I realize I kind of like won the lottery with you as a mother, truly.
Damn straight you did.
You have been just a constant stream of support for me since the day I came out of you as a bulbous, big-eyed fuck.
If anybody doesn't know, it was 9 pounds.
And you have helped me, whether you talk me down from being a complete hypochondriac or to talk me up to any potential woman that I could potentially be dating.
Oh, yeah.
So I very much appreciate for you always having my back.
I do.
I love you very much for that.
I love you too.
And then the second reason that I love you very much is because you are fun as fuck and you make me laugh harder than anyone else. And I don't know if you do these things because you think they're silly or just because you do just happen to do these things. But you are able, I don't know how you get into these situations. Like the other night, we were celebrating Mother's Day. We were at a restaurant with the waiter who's coming over. You were like, oh, he's taking me out for Mother's Day. And the waiter goes, oh, my mother died when 3 years ago. And the guy was speaking broken English. He was Japanese. And he was trying to explain how his mother died. And you're trying to help him out by jumping in.
I go,
You're going, oh, was it stroke? Aneurysm? Coma? You're just fucking filling in the blank nonstop for this guy. He's like so overwhelmed by the different ways his mother could die. We finally got it out of him. It's fucking blood clots.
and then he did go in a coma.
Oh my God. And the speed and the confidence with which you're guessing the ways that this mother had died was just unbelievable.
Well, I'm glad my humor is appreciated by someone.
I was dying.
I don't know if he appreciated the humor as much as we did.
Well, anyway, I have laughing attacks when I'm around you, and it's very rare that I experience laughing attacks with anyone. So I love you very much.
I love you.
And I enjoy spending time with you, and I'm very grateful we get to do this every week.
I only wish that everybody listening could have a relationship the way you and I do. And that's our goal with this podcast, is to have that from parent to child to aunt, uncle, neighbor.
Express the love when you can experience it.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. And speaking of people I love, I'd like to bring in the big papa Bob B.
Bob B again.
Our Sneaky Freak Patreon member who is keeping the lights on for this month with his hugely generous donation. Thank you very much, Bob B. You made this wonderful Mother's Day episode possible.
We really appreciate it, Bob.
If you are a Sneaky Freak, if you enjoy this podcast, if you love my mother like I do,
if you love being a patron,
join us at patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. We have a monthly Zoom call where we will hang out with you, the wonderful Sneaky Freaks. And I also want to say, I think there's a new thing that we're going to be doing.
Oh, yeah.
We're transferring podcast hosts, which means that I believe we'll be able to do ad-free episodes for our patrons.
No.
I think so.
Patrons are getting the ad-free.
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa,
I'm going to try to set it up that way.
Patron
so if you're
members.
interested in this, go to patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom.
Not that you don't love listening to our ads, but if you're in a hurry, it might be a good thing.
That's right.
But there's a lot of reasons that you should support us on Patreon. And one of the main ones I like is the ability to talk to us back and forth, message us. We can message you back and forth on Patreon.
That's right. You can join our Discord where you'll get exclusive access to this wonderful community of other listeners.
And pictures and videos that are only seen there, and back catalogs of stuff that never aired that is really good stuff from way back when with comedians that are really, really popular these days.
So that's patreon.com/sextalkwithmymom. And if you want to help us out in a non-financial way, if you're listening to this on Spotify, please leave us a rating on Spotify. Give us that 5 stars. It really helps us out.
Anywhere you're listening to this, you can put a rating out.
A rating and a review. If you need help doing that, you can go to ratethispodcast.com/mom. Let's read one, Mother.
This one is 5 stars.
Sex and Laughs.
It's from Nikki in Denver. She says, or he says, real, open, and hilarious sex education is so important yet seriously lacking. This mother-son duo podcast displays a fantastic, healthy, open, and communicative relationship. They're both educational and comedic. Best. Love you both. Thank you. And we thank you, Nikki.
Thank you very much, Nikki in Denver. We love when you leave us ratings and reviews. I completely agree that sex education is important and seriously lacking because people are turning to fucking porn. I could tell you that. We might not know much, but we're definitely better than porn.
Oh, whoa, you set that bar very high in terms of education.
That is true.
We always think of porn as entertainment, not education. But what we are is a little combo of both.
That's right. Thank you very much to everyone who's left us ratings and reviews. Thank you to everyone who's supported us through Patreon.
I would like to thank you all for those very provocative questions that you asked me, because they really got me thinking, and I had a very fun time answering them.
That's right.
It actually spurred the idea that we're going to have more of these, and maybe some of them will be Ask Cam Anything.
Ooh, I like that. And a big thank you to Dr. Self Tapes for making this wonderfully welcoming studio for us.
And if you want to watch us, you know where to find us. It's on YouTube at youtube.com/sextalkwithmymom.
I don't think it's /Sex Talk with My Mom, but you can search for Sex Talk with My Mom, and we're there. All right. We love you guys.
And let me tell you about the birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and having a heart attack, stroke, aneurysm, and coma to these disease.
Well, that's good.
Oh, yeah. Just bring it right back.
Right back.
I
Happy
love you
Mother's
guys.
Day.
Thank you for that beautiful
Love you.
You were listening to a Pleasure Podcast. For more from our Sex Podcast Collective, visit pleasurepodcasts.com.